Which is the world's best camera? What's up guys? So we are back. A lot of people asked us to explain shutter speed and aperture. So we thought we'll do that today in a small, very quick tutorial. So the very first basic that I ask a lot of people in my photography workshops is, which is the world's best camera? Think about it, take a minute. No, it's not the Canon, it's not the Nikon, it's not a Panasonic, it's not a Hasselblad. The world's best camera is your eye. So remember a picture, remember a face, you remember a memory. Anything that you've seen, it is registered in your hard disk here, which you saw it with the camera, that is your eye, right? So any camera in the world is based on the same rules, and shutter speed and aperture are just like that. The shutter of your camera is like your eyelid. It opens and closes and it captures light. Similarly, the aperture is the retina of your eye. So just like you go into a dark room sometimes, right? And when you go into a dark room from a bright light from out, suppose you move from outdoors to indoors, you realize that your eyes take a bit of a moment to get used to that light. We've all studied in our science chapters in our childhood. So it's the retina that is becoming bigger so it can capture more light, it can allow more light inside. That is what we do with the aperture. When we increase the aperture, we open the aperture, you're allowing more light to come into your camera. When you close the aperture, like when your f-stops, f11, 13, whatever, if you increase it, then you're allowing lesser light, and that is when you actually also see that star effect in pictures, right? So if you're shooting at night and you close the aperture, you will see that those lights turning into those star kind of an effect. That is when your aperture is closed. Similarly for the shutter speed, when your shutter is open for a long time. For example, we've all played with crackers, right? At night you see a movement when you kind of move the crackers or you move lights. At night you see movements of those lights, but in the day you don't. The only reason for that is your shutter is open for a longer time, your eyelids are open for a longer time, and the eye automatically does it, but in a camera you have to do it yourself. So what you do is you open the shutter for a longer time and you see that you capture more movement, you capture the lights moving. You can do it in the day also. So all you need to do is just decrease the shutter speed, take it to say 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So you can increase the aperture, right? So you can close your aperture, say it's f20, and you can decrease your shutter speed to 2 or 3 seconds. And in daylight, because if you open both of them, there's too much light. You won't be able to create an effect where you see light movement, right? You want to write your name with light, or you want to try that with a mobile phone light or something like that. You can just decrease the shutter speed to certain seconds, 3 or 4 seconds or 2 seconds, and increase the aperture, close the aperture, then you'll be able to see the movement. So this is just about getting that combination right? So for shutter speed and aperture, suppose you're in outdoors and you want to click a picture where there are certain people who are moving, right? You want to capture movement. Then you decrease your shutter speed, but you increase your aperture again. So this is just about getting that combination right. So just to give a summary, the aperture is the retina of your eye and the shutter speed is your eyelids. So the faster the shutter speed, the lesser movement you capture, the sharper pictures you get. Same as for the aperture. If you increase the aperture, you get very, very nice focus. But if you decrease it, when you open up the aperture, your movement, there's more light and your focus is not that sharp. So it is, at the end of it, it is just about understanding your shutter speed and aperture. It is just the combination of these two. If you get that right, you have some brilliant compositions. So just try that out. Tell us what you think. If you have doubts, write them in the comments and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The only time you subscribe is when we know that we are making sense to you and we can improve more. Thank you.